I'm Bambi Francisco for Vader TV, the network for innovators. While video consumption, online video consumption is certainly increasing, online video ad dollars have yet to really catch up with the amount of time people are spending online viewing these videos. And hoping to solve some of that problem or close that gap is Adapt TV's founder and CEO, Amir Ashkenazi.
Perfect.
Amir, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So there is, Vader is a video platform, and we have yet to monetize our videos. And part of the problem, I guess, is just really having enough advertisers out there with content or the type of ad to go into a pre-roll or just for video. I mean, is that a big challenge that you see, that there's just not enough advertisers out there for this?
Absolutely. I mean, you're not in a unique situation here. We have seen the same things again and again. It is very confusing to be a publisher these days, and there are many challenges between going from video consumption to ad dollars. And there are things like, the fact that there is this just explosion in the amount of content, the fact that this is a global phenomenon, the fact that there are new types of content. Standards are just starting to emerge. And to add to all of that, there are hundreds of ad networks, all offer some kind of monetization.
Right.
And the end result for a publisher is just confusion, if not, chaos.
Right, right. So what are you, there's a number of companies that are emerging slowly, but I guess BrightRoll, but they're for higher end publishers, and then you have Video Egg that tries to put ads in for user-generated content. There's ScanScout. Where do you fit in? What's your value proposition?
Sure. So, we've launched our service initially in May of last year, and since then we are the publishers again and again struggle with the following challenges. The first one is money. How do I maximize my revenue across all views, not on a portion of them? The second one is, how do I improve the viewing experience? Because the format and the experience that's worked on TV for 50 years is not transferable, and every publisher must make its own decisions about what are the right formats, what is the right frequency for me, and so on. And last, but definitely one of the most important, is simplicity. Integrating a video ad network is not a simple process. You integrate one, and then you find that you need another one to compensate for the weaknesses of the first one, and very quickly you end up with flash code that is not maintainable.
Sure.
So the three things that we think Adapt TV One Source address is the revenue, the viewer experience, and the simplicity. Maybe I'll describe just very quickly how we do it. First of all, on revenue, we optimize across all formats and all ad sources. There are over 50 ad sources, ad networks.
For video, that provide video.
That provide ads for video.
Okay.
Who
would they be?
Those are different kind of ad networks. Some of them are text ad networks, some of them are video ad networks, some of them are display ad networks, and some are product ad networks.
Okay.
And the unique thing is the fact that we understand the video. The analysis of the video allows us to plug ad networks of different type, basically bridge the gap of the shortage of ad inventory that exists today in video advertising. So you have relationships with these ad networks? Yes. And they can sign on do they sign on by themselves, or do you have to knock on their doors and get deals with them? Or well, we have to knock on the door, and they open very quickly. In the last 3 weeks, we've signed over 30 agreements, and currently in the product there are over 50 ad network listed, and this obviously is expanding very quickly. And you would actually service a company like Vader. I mean, we're fairly tiny. Yes. We're not a big publisher, but so why would Vader, or why should Vader use Adapt TV over, say, ScanScout or Everything or some of the other places? So it's not really choosing over. It's just we think there are multiple ad networks, and they all have their own points of strength and points of weakness. The question is, for you as Vader TV, how do you maximize your revenue across all video view? How do you make sure that the viewing experience is exactly what you meant it to be? And how do you make sure that you have a simple system to maintain, one with a single interface and full transparency?
Plus, you give us access to a wide variety of different ad networks, so
yes.
we don't have to go out and get the ads.
Exactly.
So what's a popular type of ad unit? The BrightRoll CEO Todd Sarsardati said that pre-roll was still paying the bills. So show us an example of some of the fun.
Sure, I'll show you a few examples. One thing I can tell is that one size does not fit all here, and different types of content needs different kind of solution.
Sure.
And this is exactly why we built a flexible system and interfaces that allow the publisher to customize the viewing experience, basically choose the formats that they want, and define it to a very granular level. You can say, when do you want the first ad to appear? What is the frequency of ads? What's the maximum number of ads in a session? And so on. So you monetize effectively while keeping a very high quality user experience.
So what are the type of ads that are popular with publishers or with advertisers today? What are the most effective
ones?
With
the short form publishers, the overlays are very popular. There are different kinds of different types of overlays.
Okay.
There are text overlays, there are flash overlays. We obviously support all of them and other types.
Okay. And then how would you know where to, for instance, if you were to do our video, how would you know where to insert the ads, match up the perfect ad for the
that's a great question. So basically there are 3 steps in our process. The first one is analysis of the content. In this process, we extract things like topic and subtopics and important keywords and what's the rating of this video. The second part is leveraging the relationship we have with dozens of ad sources to get access to inventory. So each one of these sources, and that can be your own sales team, comes with the best inventory that is available for this video and this viewer, obviously. And the third part is our in real time our machine learning optimization system
learns the way our viewers
learns. It uses past user interaction with the ads to calculate the probability of click and the likelihood of this to be a money event.
Okay, CPMs. So what type of CPM, so if Vader were to do a deal with your company, what type of CPMs would we be looking at? Yeah,
so in CPMs, what we found is there are 2 important criteria or parameters. One is the decision that the publisher makes. What are the formats you want? What is the frequency of ads? What are the ad networks you select to work with? And the second one is the type of content that you have. And professionally generated content is better rewarded than user-generated content.
Give us a ballpark of what are the dollar figures out there these days.
So the dollar figures are going from 2 to 20.
2 to 20, even for high caliber, like business professional, for business content. Is $20 CPM?
Again, it depends on the type of content and the decisions you make. But yes, this is pretty much the range of what sites see. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like you've got a lot of money in the bank, and that you can keep this rolling for a while. So, making any revenue, and when do you expect to?
We're definitely making revenue.
Okay. And when do you expect to hit profitability? You had $10 million in the bank you raised last year from Redpoint, and I forgot the other VC. But how long does that last?
So yes, we are building what I think will be a big and profitable company and fast-growing one. I worked once for a public company. Now let me enjoy the benefit of being private and keep those numbers confidential. We are. What I can tell you is that we are exceeding our own projections, and we are seeing continuous growth of all numbers, scale and revenue and profits.
And what's your valuation?
So we raised money in June of last year from Redpoint and Gemini. We raised $10 million.
But you're not going to get disclosing the valuation? Some people like to.
No, I think we've raised a very fair valuation.
Okay. And a lot of money. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Great. Thank you so much.
I've been speaking with Amir Ashkenazi. He's the founder and CEO of Adapt TV. I'm Bambi Francisco.